Hey. This is the SoCal. The man, the myth, the legend. It's SoCal Bob right here in the house. Bob, you're not in the house. You're in the car. Okay, I'm in the car. But, it's just a cool thing to say, in the house. So, I just looked at my badge. It's 1976, and it's in the spring of... And I started 50 years ago here at Red Cross. 50 years. I don't really feel old, but when you say you've done something for 50 years, it's just like, what? It's really cool. I wish I could say I was married for 50 years. That'd be something. And especially as young as I am, that'd be like, wow, I didn't get married my first time until it was 1981, so I have a few years to go before I celebrate that. I don't know what this guy's doing. I'm going to go this way. All right, I don't know what he's doing there. Oh, he's making a left. And I was watching these things about the Wild West, the Old West, and how they lynched people and they hung people and they told stories about people and they made up a narrative and they went with it and people had no chance to defend themselves. They were just simply fried on the fire, thrown into the fire and just forgotten. Somebody said such and such, and even when I was a little boy, people were still doing these kind of things. Emmett Till's one of the most horrible stories in America, but not unique, unfortunately. He said something like, "Hi, good morning," to a girl that was white and he was black, and it was like, that became his death sentence. And there was no trial. And then when the trial did happen for the men who did the despicable, horrendous, evil act, they got off. And then days later, Life magazine, a famous magazine at the time, interviewed him, and they go, yeah, we did it. He deserved it because, he ought not have been talking to the white girl. The narratives that people write in their minds and in their hearts. I noticed one other thing was that let me draw this out for you. I like to draw. I'm an artist here, hand. So this is how this goes, I'll do my famous whiteboard here. All right, so the direction comes to do this. Well, then the person above them says, yeah, you got to do this. Then the next person says, well, I was told was you have to do this. Then the next person, and it keeps going, and pretty soon you can just see the original order was pretty simple. By the time you get down here, it's just a tornado of, and so if I break this little order, now all of a sudden, I'm a mass murderer, violent, vicious, predator, felon character. Because, versus don't do one thing, and then it just gets to be, it's like a nightmare. Because of I wrote down a word. Let me go get that word. I'll be right back. You stay right here. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get that. I wrote it down. Let me go right now. Are you still with me? You get extra points because you're still with me here. All right, here's the word. Can you read that? Fabricated. By the way, today was my 1,501st donation at Red Cross. But they would just fabricate some lie. And everybody would just jump on board and go, oh, I see. And just the mob would be whipped up. Let's not fabricate things about people that we love. And I think America is a pretty good place in that you have a chance to vindicate yourself. You have a chance to clear your name. You have a chance to have witnesses and to have evidence. Let's be kind to each other. Let's not listen to fabricated fantasies. Fantasies that are just fabricated in the mind of someone who hates us. And who knows why they hate us? Maybe we're too tall. Maybe we're too nice. Maybe we're not nice enough. Maybe we make them look bad because we're working hard and they're not working so hard. Who knows why people fabricate things? It doesn't make any difference. The judge said, the most nice guy I ever met, the most wise guy I ever met, he said that anybody can say anything about anybody. Doesn't make it true. You've got to have, actually documentation. And remember the story we told originally, which was that if there's a direction, this isn't, what is the right way to do this, Bob? Okay, I'll show you the right way to do this. Let me just do this before we go. I was going to cut off right now, but let me show you the right way this should go. If it's done correctly, that's the right way. This is nothing. Wrong way, right way. Notice that it starts off small and that's not the right way. This is the right way. People, they follow the directions all the way across the way. Maybe the city says that you should stop at the stop sign. And by the time it gets down the row, no, you got to stop your car. You got to run around the car 3 times. You got to tap the hood with the magic code. You've got to cross yourself in the name of Jesus. You've got to take off your hat and tip it to 3 ladies. But by the time you get done, it's like, it was a simple direction. But it becomes this whole menagerie. We don't need that. Center. It's a worship song called Center. And in that song, it says, we've gotten too complex. Just keep Jesus in the center. So let's do that today, shall we? I'm going to do it. How about you? I love you. God bless you.